I really think after going through this, and I don't want to make it seem, like I had one scorned woman cost me millions of dollars. One scorned woman, millions of dollars. That if I just gave her way, if I just said, fine, you win, would have saved me millions of dollars. And I think that's what men go through. It's easier to just tell the woman that you win, you're right, than to lose millions of dollars, lose your reputation, have secrets of yours blasted and used against you. And I think that's why men fear women.
Hi, my name is Akeem, and I am the founder, chairman, CEO, president, vice president, and the dean of Ran-DomU University. We offer a vast variety of courses, everything from psychology of the fake alpha male to cringe studies to pause 101. Now, if you're interested in joining this university, please call or text the number on the screen at 1555 Ran-DomU. Are you ready? So I released my last video on Pearl, and I realized I never really talked about what happened in the video. So in this one, I really want to address some of the things that she actually is talking about. It's not a long video. It was only like 5.5 minutes of her just spewing some bullshit, and I just needed to actually go through it.
If you guys can hear me, it's kind of windy. It's like a nice sunset out here. So I'm back home right now, and I'm kind of like by my hometown. And there's this childhood friend that we have out here that he had like a false accusation issue with a woman who basically said that, he raped her. And it was like completely baseless. She never went to the cops, whatever. And he ended up kind of getting off like scotch-free. I mean, in terms of he kept his job and didn't get taken to court or the police or anything. But she did a lot of damage, like, to his reputation. I mean, she had a bunch of posts on Facebook. She called his job, like, all this stuff. And I was thinking about this guy. I was talking to his mom the other day. And he's never going to be the same after that. He's never going to date the same. He's like scared of women.
Honestly, it just sounds to me like her family friend is just kind of a pussy. I mean, damn, dog. I mean, you didn't get charged with anything. Sounds like it really didn't disrupt much in his life. He sounds like he had to deal with some typical baby mama drama or some nonsense like that for a little while. But he didn't lose his job. He didn't go to jail. He didn't have to pay up any money. Sounds like everything worked out. You said he got off scot-free. I didn't know it was scotch-free, but hey, that's what I thought it was with Scott. But nonetheless, apparently he got off with nothing happening. Apparently he got off free. Good to go. So where's the complaint about this story? Like, if this is what everything is based on, what you're going to talk about for the rest of your video, which really it is, spoiler alert, it's pointless. It's stupid because this whole video is based on why men should fear women, why it's understandable that men fear women. When it's like, okay, this probably isn't the best example, and that's why I gave the example in my previous video talking about Pearl Part 1. Just talking about the fact that men can be creepy. It's the same thing as going through this kind of crap, especially with your story. Nothing happened to either man or man. It's why I gave the example in my last video talking about Pearl Part 1, discussing the whole thing with my friend and the fact that she was dealing with a dude who had creeped on her to the point that he literally screenshotted a photo off of her Instagram and had it saved to his phone. I actually removed her head, I guess, just in case she might have seen it. Like she wasn't going to recognize her own titties. Like, I mean, come on, man. People be doing some weird stuff out there. It's not just women preying on the men, trying to take advantage of them and take everything they have. Sometimes just equal to that is the sanctity of just safety. Realizing that somebody isn't going to probably roofie your drink. You're going to wake up the next morning hurting in places that you didn't know you had, or completely violated, or dead. You don't really know the outcome of some of these events.
And I never understood why men don't fight more. You know what I mean? These women do these evil things, and it's just very difficult because that girl goes on to live a normal life to just watch like them get away with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, she can just go on and has to be damaged forever.
If this dude is damaged forever off of this, I mean, then just stick a fork in him because he's done. I mean, this guy, he wasn't going to make it. I'm sorry, life was going to be too much for him at some point in time. If this is the biggest adversity that he's ever going to go through or ever has gone through, then he's had a pretty good life, especially if he got off free. Nothing happened. Still employed. Maybe your rep took a little bit of damage, but once everybody probably looked around and realized, oh, he didn't get fired. He's still walking around good, able to pay his bills and stuff like that. He probably didn't do anything. A lot of people are smart enough to actually realize that. Most people walking around in the real world don't always base everything on what they see on the internet.
And so when I got into like the red pill space and like media and I started talking about like men's issues, this frustrated me, right? So I like calling out women and you like, you feel like you're sticking it to them, whatever. But then the women started treating me like they treat a man. Whenever you embarrass them or they feel like they're wrong, or they feel like you're wrong, they go to like no ends to ruin your life. And like I've been called a pedophile. Not true, completely baseless.
Now, look, I will throw her a bone here on this one. I know she did the sus stuff talking with the 16-year-olds or whatever about some, sexual things, some things that she had no business talking to them about. But that doesn't make her a Pedialyte. It just doesn't. It doesn't make her that. It just means she was weird.
I've been dragged to court. I've been threatened with lawsuits. I've had my name slandered. Like if you Google me, there's all this stuff, and I'm grateful to like get to do my job and stuff. But I see why men kind of just let women win in a way. Because it's way easier to just pay the woman off and give her the $1 million or, like when you see those cases where the woman's obviously doing a false accusation.
But Pearl's saying that she understands what a man feels now. And I don't understand how she could say that considering she's a person who's always advocating saying that men and women are so different to the point that we don't have the same feelings. We don't have the same emotions. We don't process things the same way because we are just fundamentally wired differently. So how can she relate to being a man outside of being a man? I just randomly thought, this is the same chick that said that women hit the wall at 27, right? I mean, she is looking seasoned over here. I mean, she looks like she's been sitting under the eye for quite some time. She looks like she's crashed through the wall. The wall has toppled on top of Pearl at this point in time. Like she is under the bricks, Looney Tunes style. She looks old. And I don't know how old she is. I think she might be 27 or 28 at this point, but she definitely looks like she could play for 40. Like if they were to cast her in Hollywood, they could be like, oh yeah, we could definitely make you a mother of a college student and it would look reasonable. I mean, she's not too far off, it looks like. I mean, for a person who's always bashing how people look. Now, I know this has nothing to do with what she was just talking about, and quite frankly, I don't care. It's just the fact that, damn, I mean, she looks horrible. And she's always talking about whales and how ugly other women are. And I mean, she's always saying this to women who clearly even look better than her. But she has the nerve to say these things. So, I mean, might as well point it out. I mean, I'm just concerned for a woman who out here is the quote unquote biggest pick me out here on the internet, constantly looking for validation from men, which is why she's doing what she's doing. You wouldn't keep doing this if you weren't looking for some form of validation from men. I just don't believe it. I really don't. It's just like guys who keep coming on these platforms and constantly keep caping up for women. Like you're looking for validation somewhere. You're doing the Derek Jackson. You're out here trying to get the sympathetic cheeks. It doesn't work that way. You're over here trying to be like the Hoodway Pookie or whatever that dude was. I forgot. He was like the the Pookie simp. I can't remember his name. He was the light-skinned guy who laughed like ha 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 ha. He had that creepy like Halloween laugh. I mean, it was. I don't know his name, but he was one of those too.
But it's like easier to just give them the money to get them to go away. Like it's easier to lie to the woman than deal with her scorn. And, you know, people will make fun of guys and say, what, so you're afraid of women?
Another ironic statement by Pearl here, considering she's talking about why she understands that men just give in to the woman whenever she can't seem to understand why women who are constantly getting beat up and slapped around like Cassie was in that hallway by men, why they would just give in and just be like, I can't escape this situation. She can understand why a guy would be like, well, you know what? I'm just going to give up and give her all the money. I'm not going to go to court. I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to stand up for myself. I'm not going to look for any evidence. I'm just going to give her everything. But yet they can't seem to find that there's a reason why a woman would stick around when they're scared to leave the house without taking another sledgehammer to the head. I mean, come on now. Which one's worse? Not saying either scenario is great, but which one's worse? Getting drugged to court where you're going to have to cough up hundreds of thousands of dollars in defense and legal fees and stuff like that, or getting thrown and beating down the steps to the point where you don't know if you're going to literally live the next 2 minutes. Which one is worse? Please leave it in the comments.
And to be honest, after going through like the last few years and seeing how women treated me, and I'm sure they treat you guys, I know they treat you guys worse, I'd say yeah. Most men, I hope you guys can hear me, it's kind of windy, but most men, they do fear women. And it's completely warranted. Because women can have so much power. Like, we're just drunk on power. We have the police on our side. We have, like, you can have a woman dragging you to court. You have to spend $100,000 just to prove you didn't do something. So
now, personally, I think Pearl should have edited this video just a tad bit because, I mean, she was really fumbling around these points that she was trying to make. I don't know if it's like that windy to the point where it's like in her eyes and she's really struggling to think and process what's going on, because I've taken some bad snapshots over here on some of these videos and it was purposeful. But I mean, she didn't always look that bad in the takes, but she did look pretty rough. But I mean, I'm pretty sure it was windy. It looked like she makes it look like it's summer, like she's living down in Alabama or Mississippi or here in Tennessee where the bugs are like 10 times the size that they are in the West. I'm telling you, the stuff you deal with out here is crazy. It's really nasty down here and gets real swampy. The air is heavy. It's real thick because it's so humid, and the bugs are just nasty. And that's what she looks like she's walking through. She looks like she's walking through sweltering heat. But it also looks like it's kind of cool outside because she's got 2 shirts on. It looks like she's got 2 sweaters. Excuse me, sweatshirts. But the points she's making in this video are just silly. I mean, look, my thing is not that any of her points aren't valid about what happens to guys. My thing is she clearly is just grifting to the men. She's just over here stroking your ego, patting you on the back, massaging your feet, making you feel really good, just rubbing your belly, feeding you ice cream and berries. You're loving it, but you don't realize all she's doing is that. Messing with you. She's teasing you like you were at Crazy Horse strip club. I mean, well, Crazy Horse is a strip club. I mean, that's the reference. But that's how she's teasing you. It's just like a stripper. You're not going to actually get the action. Some of them, yeah, but you're going to have to cough up a lot. Different point. But most of the time, it's a strip tease. That's why they used to call it a strip tease. They tease you with the titties. Just like she's teasing like she actually cares about you. She does not care about you guys. Those guys who are out there doing the super simping in the comments out here saying, oh yeah, Pearly's out here speaking the gospel. And it's like, oh my God. I mean, how much are you jizzing out there on your keyboard? Like, calm down, homie. She's just simply preaching to the choir, repeating a whole bunch of talking points from dead people. It's not original. It's not. She's still up to the same thing. You know, different day, same Pearly. I mean, she just keeps dusting it up, old dusty things, or just Pearly average, or whatever else you want to call her. But yeah, I didn't want to talk about this anymore. Enough of the pearls. Peace. Peace.